Welcome back.
Aloha. It means hello and goodbye.
Mahalo. Well,
what a wonderful phrase.
I love Tarzan. This is Book 2 is Better. Let's do this at the start because we always forget. Today we are covering Kingdoms of Death by Christopher Ruocchio, fourth book in the Sun Eater series, chapters 1 through 19.
Yep, roughly the first third of the book, as we are wont to do.
Yeah, and probably do 2 more, unless this shit keeps up, in which case we'll do one more. I don't know. Filler
we got to do some
anime?
catching up. We got to do some catching up to get to book 7 by November.
Yeah, goddamn.
That's like a book
before
every
we
3
get
weeks.
to that, I heard you got some big news. I heard you are trying to join an esports team.
You're damn right I am. I am excited. I actually went and grinded and practiced a little bit tonight to see what my level was.
Can you tell the readers what you're playing?
I can. So I work at a university, and I saw a flyer today because it's the start of the semester inviting students or faculty or staff to try out for the school's esports team. And I'm bad at all esports except for the game Rocket League. I'm really, really good at Rocket League.
Is that the one game you've gotten genuinely good at?
Yes.
It's really
I
hard.
Couldn't think of another game. Like maybe like the Die Another Day James Bond N64 game.
Not GoldenEye?
Not GoldenEye. The other
Fuck
one.
GoldenEye.
People would come over to my
guy.
house and be like, oh, let's play GoldenEye. I'm like, no, I'm going to kill you 40 times in this other game. I've memorized the levels.
Nightfire or Perfect Dark. I'm not a loser.
Yeah, so I had to check it out because I haven't played Rocket League in like 4 years because, I don't know, it's bad for your psyche. Everyone's angry. Everyone says mean things. But there's a chance for me to be a collegiate athlete. I'm going to take it.
So do you have to try out?
Eligibility. There are tryouts next week.
Oh my God.
I have to join like a Discord channel to get more information. I had to fill out a form.
If you had to bet, do you think you make the team?
I don't think so.
Wow.
So I went back into the game today and I haven't been ranked for like years. So I played I'm really good at the hoops mini game, which is 2v2 basketball car soccer, because car soccer wasn't cool enough for me.
Yeah.
So instead of the goals, it's got elevated hoops and you have to fly the ball into them basically. It's really hard.
Sounds unbelievably hard.
It's really hard, but that's always been my favorite. So I got ranked. I still got it a little bit. I'm top 1.3% in the world still, coming in cold after 5 years.
It's pretty impressive.
But
you think top 1.3% doesn't get you on the ex-college esports team?
But I don't think they only play hoops.
Okay, but if you can do hoops, you can do car soccer.
No, man. Everybody's flying in a way that I can't do.
I think game mechanically, passed you by.
Yeah, mechanically I've been lapped.
Damn. It's like they invented the forward pass on the 4
No,
years since
I'm
you
playing
stopped.
the funny thing is I'm playing like fundamental Tim Duncan basketball. I'm like posting dudes up, slow rolling the ball down the court, and then the other team's just flying it for 20 seconds. Which I don't know how to do.
Is there a Rocket League equivalent of the guy with like 2 fake knees who can still get buckets and rec league? Just big fundamental.
Funny enough, because I was like an original Rocket League player, season 1 back in the day, back when it was supersonic acrobatic rocket power battle cars. Pre-Rocket League.
What a branding mistake to change that.
SARP BC. And there was this guy Gibbs who was like the first world champion in season 1. And he was like 32 and bald and having a kid and stuff. And so he immediately retired and became a commentator. That's how I feel.
Okay. Well, maybe.
So there's team manager roles.
That'd be nice. You could clean people's keyboards.
I could like school them up. I could coach them,
Little massage.
You got this, guys.
Keep their fingies loose. Yeah.
Yeah. So the odds are low that one I can commit to being on an esports team. With
Vegas bets on what color the G Fuel in the cooler is going to be when they dump it on someone.
But it'd be kind of fun. I think I have 2 more years of college eligibility in sports left.
I don't know why I just thought of this, but someone posted on Reddit. I can't even remember what book it was, but let's just say it's The Way of Kings for purposes of conversation. They posted a photo on Reddit and said, I just finished The Way of Kings. And it was the finished book on their desk right next to a can of Ghost Energy. I was like, oh, what a fucking day. It was clearly nighttime, too. It's like, holy shit, man. You really wanted to finish that thing.
You got to get through it. It's thick.
Dude, just sitting down with a ghost in The Way of Kings. That's a hell of an evening.
I know you've done that. I know you've taken a white Monster energy drink and a thick book and had yourself a time.
Dude, I've kind of been back on the white Monster train. They sell them in the cafe at my work.
Well, it's not because I bought you one when you visited. I
They're
gave
so
you like
good.
an homage. It was like a offering to my visiting gods. It was white Monster and Dots pretzels.
People, oh my God, my favorite food. My new theory about myself, if anyone who knows me knows that I really have terrible taste in food, like genuinely my favorite restaurant is Taco Bell.
Yeah.
I'm starting to wonder if I have really bad taste buds. Because like I've done
You
some
might.
basic things, like tried to taste the difference between wines that are very different. I can't distinguish anything. And I'm sort of wondering if maybe that's why I like Taco Bell, because I can't taste shit.
That's a good theory. Because you are like annoyingly not a foodie.
Yeah. I'll go, but yeah, it doesn't motivate me at all.
Because there's like a difference. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's a lack of excitement about nourishment.
Yeah. This is like one of my least popular takes I've ever offered, which is if there was a calorie pill and I could just take it and not eat, I would absolutely take it.
I think your brain is made of Wegovy. You're just
What is
like
that?
naturally the GLP-1 like appetite suppressant pill.
That probably is it. Yeah.
You just have a natural store that you produce.
Yeah. The only thing it lets through is Ben and Jerry's and Taco Bell. It's really fire me up.
That's how you maintain your athletic figure all these years.
That's how I continue to golf at a 12 handicap level.
Oh,
Yeah.
I need to get I played that par 3 course in San Diego this weekend. It was great.
Yeah, you're balling. Congrats.
Played with a nice guy. We exchanged LinkedIn's as
Wow.
you know.
I did that once.
Yeah. It was
Went nowhere.
Yeah, I'm like, because we're not going to text. So it felt like an appropriate way to be like, hey, I enjoyed my time with you.
I thought I made some friends. I played in with these 3 guys. They were all good golfers. They were college golfers.
Mm.
And I played out of my mind. And we were hanging. We were laughing. I gave them some pro bono real estate advice. Very good stuff. Really felt like if one of us had asked, we could have exchanged numbers. Saw them like a week later at the driving range. I chickened out and didn't say hi.
Oh,
I saw them from a distance. They didn't see me. And I truly got like a middle school dance level of social anxiety, which I thought I'd outgrown. And now it's probably gone and they won't remember me.
No, it's over.
Them again.
You ruined it. You blew your shot.
It's okay.
I have done this. I vividly remember when I lived in San Francisco, I had to go to physical therapy after my motorcycle crash. And
badass.
My physical therapist was like, just this super cool, like, just this like athletic, like same age Asian dude. And we just talked about like football. You. Yeah, exactly like me. And we talked about like football. We talked, we just absolutely broed out. We had a great time for like 6 weeks, twice a week. And then at the end, I just stopped going. I was like, I kept telling my friends, I'm like, I need to get this guy's number. I got to invite him out. And I never did.
Yeah,
I always regret it.
Number. And you know what? Only one way to do it again. Get in another motorcycle accident.
Well, funny enough, I just started physical therapy again for the same ankle because I stopped improving it 10 years ago. And I need to actually get back at it. But I don't like my new physical therapist as much. It's not, the spark isn't there.
You only talking about sports?
Well, private equity has ruined physical therapy.
Oh, no. Is it all like BetterHelp?
It's like Spear physical therapy, and they have like clients every 25 minutes. And so it's just this huge room with people running in and out. And like, if you get up from the bed that they were treating you on, somebody else takes the bed.
That's brutal.
Like, you can tell it got acquired by private equity and they have been tasked with filling every minute of their time.
Well, if you had read this section of Kingdoms of Death more closely, you would know that that's actually a good thing because it's freedom to contract.
I mean, capitalism is the cure
To what? Anything.
to
Fucking
anything,
anything.
man.
To the ailments of the soul. One more note on cars. God damn, am I playing a lot of Forza Horizon 5?
Yeah, what's up with that? What's up with your new racing game
I don't
obsession?
know. I think I'm a car guy now.
Wow.
It feels crazy as someone who recently bought a somewhat old Nissan Leaf, which I love. Um, I don't know. I started playing Ridge Racer for the PSP, which
Of course.
rocks. And then I was like, I don't know, let me try more car games. This is fun. And then I got Horizon for free on Game Pass. It is like all I've been thinking about. I'm driving faster in real life, and I'm like pointing out cars that I have in the game. I'm like, holy shit, I have that EV Hummer. That's so
Oh
sick.
my
That thing is
God.
really good off road. Yeah, I'm just having a great time with it. It's such a chill game because it's like GTA. You can change the radio. So I put it on
Mm-hmm.
the classical station and I just rip around the Baja.
Hell yeah.
Sometimes you don't even race. You just go for a drive.
I mean, that's kind of lovely, man.
If you're going through like a divorce or something and you just need to get away from it all, put on some classical and get in your Mini Cooper, drive around the Baja.
I kind of love this for you. I was trying to remember, like, I don't think it was like a Need for Speed game, but there was an old Xbox game I used to play all the time
Midnight
that I was
Club 3 Dub
obsessed with.
Edition.
It might have been Midnight Club 3, honestly.
Midnight Club 3 was so sick. That was like, it came out at the exact same time that I thought spinners were the coolest thing on the planet. They still are, but dude, the Nissan Leaf with spinners
That would be
could kind of be a move.
amazing.
Yeah, that
Nope,
could be.
I just remembered it was Project Gotham Racing.
Oh, okay.
I put in a lot of time to Project Gotham Racing as a teenager.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm just into racing games right now. I'm really having a good time with it. Don't know when I'll burn out, but for now,
Good.
I'm racing.
It's better for your mental health than playing as a Japanese high schooler every time.
It's kind of intense though.
It's true. So that's like, I picked up Rocket League. I immediately want to get rid of it.
Really?
It's so bad
'Cause
for
you're
your
like,
mental
oh,
health.
Yeah, sweaty Teddy.
What was I miss a save. Someone's like, hey, nice one, man. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, you're
I'm
getting
going home.
bullied, but you don't have to experience the heartbreak of Bebe, the French exchange student, moving back to France.
Oh, I never finished that Social Link.
Oh, he was like one of the first I finished. I helped him make
Aw.
a kimono.
Aw.
I love Bebe. That's my boy.
He
I'm
was
gonna
cool.
cry thinking
He was
about
cool.
Bebe.
Well, anyway, we're not
okay.
going to cry thinking about Hadrian.
I'm fucking gonna cry if this anti-communism arc doesn't end soon. Should we start talking about this book?
I think we have to.
Okay.
We've danced around it enough.
All right. Book 4.
Book 4 is the same as every other book.
Okay, wrong. In structure.
It starts with a fight. It starts with a fight, which happens right after a time skip. And then he sees an emperor or somebody like it who gives him a mission. And he abandons his friends.
And then we time skip to the planet he's on. It's a new one.
It's the same as every other book.
Did you happen to read my plot summary? Because goddamn, if that is not exactly what I wrote.
No, but I think I wrote a long paragraph to myself in my notes that was like, I think Ruocchio's trapped in a cycle.
That is really funny. Holy shit.
Yeah.
He's like a guitarist. He's like, I can't stop playing this one blues lick every time I improvise. No matter what I outline, it fucking starts with the Cielcin fight and the Emperor showing up.
I actually compared it to getting addicted to Zens, because the new versions are somewhat interesting, but emotionally it's the same exact feeling as it was the first time you read it. So you have to get more and more.
He's on 12 milligram Zens at this point. Yeah.
You want to start with a summary?
Should we just do the summary and then we can get into it?
Because then we can pick it apart with our little pea brains.
Yeah. I was gonna say, in our little wrap up on Demon in White, I did predict that the structure of the start of this one was going to be different because I thought Ruocchio would sort of know that he has a formula. Not all my predictions are good ones.
Yeah, I think I predicted it would start immediately after, and that we would go to Volka's homeworld. And
yeah, all that interesting stuff he set up at the end of
Nope.
Demon of White. No, thank
Nope.
you. Not interested. It's time to talk about politics. Okay, here we go. Summary of chapters 1 through 19 of Kingdoms of Death.
Daft Punk, hit it.
The quiet granted Hadrian the ability to see time and the infinite ripples and causality that split a single present into an infinite number of futures. But even faced with infinite possibility, this book begins the exact same way as the last one. A time skip, a clash with the Cielcin, and a rendezvous with the Emperor. We pick up 70-odd years after the events of Demon in White. Valka has been cured from her brain virus through some sort of sketchy-sounding re-education that is unceremoniously brushed over because, well, Hadrian is narrating, and God forbid he spares a few pages for the woman he allegedly loves. Hadrian was subject to yet another sham investigation by the Chantry, followed by yet another bungled assassination attempt by the Chantry, and he was eventually placed by the Emperor on the seemingly chill planet of Nessus, far from the reach of the Chantry but close to the reach of the Cielcin. In what has become something of a Sun Eater rite of passage, Hadrian spends a bunch of time grousing about living in complete luxury with a woman who loves him. Luckily for Hadrian, he is thrust back into action after the Cielcin decide to launch an attack on an Imperial fuel depot. Hadrian uses his time-splitting tricks to save the day, and he arrives back on Nessus to find that the Emperor was in the neighborhood and decided to drop by for a visit. Hadrian hears rumors that the Emperor is here to appoint him as his auctor, which would give him the right to act with all the authority of the Emperor. Luckily for everyone in the known universe, this is only rumor, and Hadrian is actually sent on a diplomacy mission to the gender-neutral commune of cucks and losers, also known as the Lothrian Commonwealth. What follows is a section that feels like the novelization of a National Review blog post on the dangers of communism and the feminization of America. After several agonizing chapters of Hadrian skewering what must be the stupidest representation of communism, socialism, speech regulation, and liberal identity politics ever set forth in fiction, Hadrian is taken prisoner by the intentionally named liberalists, a group of Lothrians who have grown tired of living under the effeminate thumb of their woke oppressors, or so we thought. Turns out it was a goddamn inside job, and the delegate at the Solon consulate organized the whole shebang. The section ends with Hadrian headshotting that delegate, then beginning what promises to be yet another long and exhilarating prison arc. Hooray.
Yay.
There you go.
Sure. How do you really feel?
Did it come through?
It came through.
Am I an unreliable narrator?
A little bit sometimes.
That's the most explicitly negative I've been in this whole journey through Sun Eater.
I kind of love it though. These are becoming the books I love to hate.
Listen,
I wouldn't want to read any other book.
We're in it to win it. I ain't stopping, but I gotta complain sometimes.
I tried to read another book this week, and it felt like cheating.
I tried to read another book, and I was having a fantastic time, and then I had to stop to read Hadrian. I actually was like double fisting. I was reading the third Red Rising book and Hadrian at the same time, and it felt like I had like a Dos Equis and a Corona at the same time.
That's why I've purposely not read the most recent Red Rising book. That I'm just saving it till the series is over for me.
Yeah,
I don't want to taint it.
They really, man, the setting really does feel pretty similar. Except for the hoo-ha kick-ass nature of Darrow as compared to
but
Hadrian.
To be fair, Hadrian kind of starts this book very Darrow-esque. It felt very Darrow-esque.
He's kicking ass again.
He's just kicking ass. Comes in hot, weapons loaded, and just slices some Cielcin.
What is it called? The Hadron Collider. Particle physics. Make an antimatter.
It's a whole equator of hadron colliders.
Well, they got a lot of antimatter to make.
I know.
That is a pretty good plan by Siriani Doryaika.
Who, by the way, I saw on Reddit, apparently the audiobooks, I don't know if you're listening to them. Apparently his voice is awful. Hello?
Hold on. Can you hear me?
Boop, boop. Oh, he's back.
Okay. Are you back?
I'm back.
Can
Are
you?
you back?
I lost you when you were starting to say something about the audiobook.
Ah, yes. Well, I'll pick it up. I'll pick it up from there. I don't know if you're reading the audiobook, but or listening to the audiobook, but according to Reddit, the voice actor for Siriani Durayaka is horrendous. Like, maybe worse than Clooney.
Monetized version?
I think so. I don't know. I'm not an audiobook guy, but I did see a Reddit comment that was like, "Oh my God, I can't keep listening to this guy."
If they cast you as Hadrian, what would your voice sound like? Can you say this line for me? I'm going to give you about 5 seconds to figure out what the voice would sound like, and then I'm going to give you your line. This is your casting. This is your audition to play Hadrian. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, can you say this line? Will no one rid me of this meddlesome priest?
Okay.
Oh, come on. That was bad.
Shut up. I'm gonna do it. Will no one rid me of this meddlesome priest?
Okay. So you went sort of like a stage actor, like old guy who's been in a lot of Shakespeare plays.
He wears capes. His mom makes dramedies or whatever.
Hollow operas?
Sorry, hollow operas.
Wait, what are they called? Fucking Eudoran masks? No, that's not. Those are plays. Will no one rid me of this meddlesome priest?
I mean, I think somewhere in the middle is where we're really going to end up.
Yeah, the Carl Anthony Towns voice.
Yeah. Oh, poor guy.
I know. He's just trying to hoop. I think it's out of love, right?
I know,
Yeah.
a little bit.
It's not entirely out of love, is it?
No, it's really not.
Okay.
So yeah.
Should we talk about the book?
Yeah, he fights. We just start with fighting. It really felt like a hangover for me, like coming straight off the Battle of Berenike.
Yeah.
Just like, man, I really didn't want to start with another 60-page battle after reading 200 pages of the same fighting.
Yeah, maybe having 6 mecha freaks was too many.
Yeah, also the power scaling is getting a little bit funny, where now he's using the the quiet powers to just slice through like 8 different Ubalus that took an entire army in book 2.
Yeah. They got to come up with something better than this, because those guys aren't really much of an issue anymore.
Also,
because if he knows you're coming, he just puts time, and you can't. Yeah.
You think that it's like 100 years between battles. You don't have any new weapons?
I think you got to sneak it. You got to poison him. You got to kill him in his sleep so he can't time split.
Yeah, that's true. But I think the most interesting thing, there are 2 interesting things to me from the fight overall. One is that there was an amazing part where they're just auto launching like the grenade launcher at the at the mechs, and it's like it's like playing Call of Duty 4 where you're just like dunk 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 dunk.
I was thinking like a Halo. You just throwing plasma grenades, sticking them.
There is a plasma grenade scene, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing that I'm curious about, I want to learn more about Minos, about
what's up with
the
that?
extras, and like what's up with them? Why'd they partner up? I mean, we've gotten some hints at it, but I would actually really like to know at this point.
It is, I think I'll revisit this point later, but it's starting to feel a little Wheel of Timey in the sense that I am not sure that Ruocchio knows what is interesting about his own books at this point. There's interesting stuff happening, but that is not where the reader's attention is being focused.
How do you think an author is supposed to find out what his readers actually like?
I don't know. Talk to your test readers and be like, "Did you like this extended diatribe on the fucking horrors of communism, or do you want to learn more about Minos and the Quiet and the Cielcin?"
I guess there's something to be said for not having your test readers be your close friends. Like, yeah, this D&D campaign in the middle of your book is sick, brother.
I gave it to I gave it to my 3 best friends on the neocon Facebook group, and they all fucking loved this. So
Yeah, that's good.
it's
Um,
just I don't know. It's like a common issue in these larger series is that like you have this fundamental issue that you know is going to be resolved. Like in Wheel of Time, there's the last battle here. He's going to blow up a sun, and that's always going to be in the reader's mind, and it's probably what's pulling them through. But if you stop making progress towards that, it can feel a little frustrating. Like, even if there's a reason for all of the detours, like, I know that it can be explained, but like, just that structure
yeah.
can make it feel like you're really stalling out.
I think just putting it in perspective between book 3 and book 4, like the start of book 3, we get the paragraph mentions that he went on multiple journeys to fight Cielcin, right? They're like, oh yes, and these 3 battles that we're not going to go into in this book. I would have preferred that over this, which is let's talk about a minor battle and then ignore like the Chantry assassination attempt, the trial, the visit to Volka's home planet, and her like
Yeah.
forced re-education.
These
Like
people
those
that
feel way more interesting to me.
we've learned about we've heard so much about the Diversi, and we had a chance to like learn about them, see their culture, and instead we spend 10 billion pages with the fucking Lothrians who didn't exist in the last book. It's just so wild
Yeah.
to me, like that decision. And at the start of book 3, all of that stuff served a purpose because
Hmm.
he's like becoming a whole new person in that time skip, right? Like his
Right.
reputation's growing. All of that stuff leads into his like initial encounters with the Emperor, all that stuff. There's a purpose. Here, I don't know what it is other than it just feels like he's clearing the decks again for whatever the events of
Yeah.
this book are going to be.
And it's hard because it like almost discharges the electricity from what the reader is feeling. Like there's been so much tension and buildup of the Chantry over the last couple of books. And then we just like, it's like, oh yeah, they put him on trial. The Emperor didn't like it. So he kind of saved him. And then he was in like fake prison exile. And it's like, well,
Yeah.
okay, well
Which
now
is
I'm not
something
afraid of the
we've
Chantry
seen.
anymore.
Yeah. And we've seen him in this exact set of circumstances 30 times in this series already. How many
Yeah.
times has he been like, I don't get to make my own choices. I'm stuck. And he fucking complains. It's been happening since book 1.
Yeah. So it's a weird start all in all, but you know, we kind of get these backwards facing paragraphs that are like, I don't know, maybe he wants to save them for novellas, honestly, because like
Yeah, it could be.
I actually don't know. I know there's a lot of novellas in between these books that he continues to
Right.
publish, and I don't. That could actually make sense if he's like, oh, the Tavrosi journey is its own novella.
Yeah.
I mean, the way Brandon Sanderson's like, and here's Lift. Do you remember her, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't know if that's true or
There's
not.
like
I would actually have to look at that.
there's like the author angle of it of like what is Ruocchio doing, but then there's also the in-world angle of like Hadrian's telling his own story, and I'm not sure why he's focusing on these events of all of them. Like if he's telling the story of his own life, this is what
Yeah.
he's giving us, like not the story of Volka and her like near-death experience and her seizures and all that shit. Like that didn't make the cut, but a dinner party with the Lothrians does.
I guess, okay,
How?
if I had to think from that lens, the first battle scene, the reason it would be important from his biographical perspective is the continued development of how he uses the Quiet's powers, you know, like, I don't know, breakthroughs in that and stuff.
Yeah.
Like he's been sitting for 100 years. He probably hasn't had much chance to practice.
Yeah.
And then for the Lothrians, it's probably like, I don't know, exposure to other religions and governance models. It probably comes up bigger later. But like, I completely get your point too.
The Lothrian, yeah, the Commonwealth stuff, I sort of like from a conceptual angle, I don't mind it as much as the fight scene because the fight scene to me feels like a lack of confidence. Like that felt like fluff.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like I needed to put more explosions. I wanted to put sick shit on the page, which I get. Like that's fun, but like,
It's a very video game escape level.
yeah,
It's like,
at
run
least
to the train tracks, the monsters behind us.
at least the Commonwealth stuff. I'm like, Ruocchio's in his bag here. This is clearly what he wants to write, you know, and
Yeah, and
like he's
I think we're going to disagree a little about the end of this Commonwealth section because I thought it ended, at least where we stopped, quite cleverly.
Well, I'm excited to hear your take on it. I'm open to being persuaded out of some of my cynicism here.
Good.
Okay.
Other
So
stuff at the beginning.
Yeah.
So yeah, he goes back. He wins the fight. Hurrah. We get a interplanetary news update that the Jadians are actually going to join the fight.
200 million clones.
Clone Wars. And
Hold up.
also the people who have the sick high matter swords in the first place, like,
Yeah.
we know those are pretty powerful. So they dropped the name of the new Jadian prince, I think Calm. I think
Doesn't
he's
he
going
have
to be
like some sick battle name? I can't
Of
remember.
course.
The Demon Prince of Flynn. He's got something going on.
No,
That
I
guy
thought
sounds
that was
cool.
Was that maybe another one? But yeah, there's one guy who's like the Dark Moon or the Dark Sun or something like that.
Yeah, guy. Bring him in.
It's sick. But I feel like that guy's gonna be a big character somewhere in here.
I
The
hope so.
Jadians are cool, and I want to see them.
Yep. Need more Jadians.
Yeah.
Give them to me.
And then we get some Emperor talk.
How'd you find I kind of like the Emperor.
So the Emperor, I've never not liked him. You know,
I don't know, as a person, I like when he shows up just because
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like fascinating watching people bounce off the Emperor.
yeah, that is fun. It's fun to see like all his, followers on and the pomp and circumstance.
Yeah.
Also, it was really, really frustrating to read Volca in this section because I'm like, girl, you've been around the Forum for like 100 years. Like, don't act like you've never seen a royal person before.
And surely you know that it's probably not smart to just pop off like this. Even you're getting nothing out of this, and you're putting yourself and Hadrian at huge risk
Yeah.
just because of your own ego or stubbornness.
I get why you put her on ice at the Forum.
Yeah, man. I get it. She's a handful. Yeah, I felt like her crankiness has been dialed up a little bit in this book.
Oh,
She's old.
You survive a brain worm and you age another 70 years.
Is that when they re-educated her, they made her 40% bitchier?
They took out all of the funny parts of her personality.
Yeah.
'Tis
a shame.
Tis indeed. I'm sure there will be more scenes with her.
There was a part where, God, it's not to keep talking about tis, but she starts a sentence with tis and then ends it with, is it? Okay, come on.
You know
it. You know the words. You know how to separate them. Fucking do it. God.
Yeah.
There's a section where she speaks in her own language and says tis. Okay, now you're just pissing me off, Ruocchio.
Yeah, he's made some
In your
choices.
fucking mother tongue.
Freezing her character development in a really rudimentary way was a choice,
Volca, go back on ice.
She might. I don't think she's going to make it through this book.
We complained a lot about this sort of lack of side characters, and now that Volca's back, I don't know, maybe we could just do with Hadrian only.
Well, okay, actually, that's a good point, because at the beginning of the book, I was like, did he really just send away every side character? Because they're like,
having the same
in
thought,
the 100 years, like, all of my staff have all been reassigned. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, no Polino, no Krim, like, and they don't exist really for a while.
Yeah.
Or like Corvo and everybody, but then we're reunited. It actually made me happy.
They dealt with that too, and I like the way that Ruocchio wrote about it, like the strangeness of having these people wait on him, and he's lived all this time, and they're like, I saw you yesterday. And Hadrian does recognize, like, what a weird ask that is of everyone.
It's still wild to me, just be like, oh, hey, like, haven't seen you in 9 years. What up?
How were the last 70? Any good? Yeah. Okay. I don't know if there's too much to say about the Emperor other than it does seem like Alexander's next in line.
Yep.
You get some hints that the Emperor is aging and maybe putting himself in fugue on his world tour to extend his reign.
It's a good cover-up if you think about it,
Yeah, clever. I don't know what that... I guess he just wants to be around for more of the war, and he can just pop in, give some orders, go back on ice.
I think they'd explained it as like he wants to win the war in his lifetime. Like he wants his legacy to be like winning the 1,000-Year War.
No.
Is the Cielcin.
It's not so much he feels like he has special insight. He's just like, I just want to be there when we win it.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, that's fair. Yeah,
You'd be
that's
like,
actually
I've been working on this project for 800 years. Maybe I want to see it through.
completely understandable motivation.
But yeah, there's not much else. Hadrian thinks he's going to be named Octor. Obviously, as you said, that's hilariously not the case.
A wonderful switch up. I really liked that. Yeah. He thought he's
so
about to become
butthurt,
president. Man. Yeah. Instead, nope. Field trip.
You can tell he's already thinking about like the clothes he's going to wear, like the way he's going to talk about it.
Imagine all the fucking capes I'm going to get.
God, his outfits are wild. I wish I had highlighted the depiction
I've tried to
of his,
start
like,
visualizing them, which I never do as a reader. And every time I do, like, this guy looks like a buffoon.
and he's like in battle. He's running through tunnels and he's got like 4 colored capes behind him.
His black pants with 2 red stripes down the side. He's wearing like tight Adidas track pants and a cape buttoned to one shoulder.
Oh man,
That's our guy.
He is very appropriately self-centered given his penchant for stage acting. I think my least favorite self-depiction of him writing himself throughout this whole book is he uses crooked Marlowe smile like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, that's
just
a
like,
classic.
oh, it's so gross thinking about this guy writing about himself being like, oh, and I've got my dashing smile, my signature blue steel.
My smug know-it-all, better than thou, familiar with Proust's smile.
We also get a Wong Hopper reference in this
Thank
section.
God, yeah.
I know. Won a book. I'm very excited about that.
And I mentioned this in our pre-call chat. Someone gets shot, and he says that they crumpled like a Nipponese puppet. Hell yeah.
See, those are the parts I really love reading. I'm like, oh my God, what is happening?
Yeah, this is outrageous.
But anyway, this takes us to the commies. You wanna transition us?
Can I take a 5-second break while I turn on my fan?
Absolutely. I actually need to do that too. Incredible.
All right, you want to talk a little bit about government overreach?
Woohoo. I mean, he doesn't fuck around. Like,
he doesn't give this place a shot. He's complaining about the weather.
Can I give you the opening paragraph of Planet Arrival?
Hit me.
Even from the air, the effect of the Commonwealth's capital was one of crumbling utilitarian efficiency, of brutal concrete blocks and right angles beneath mighty domes of glass. Soulless monuments to a godless scripture that made cogs of men and claimed to set them free not by breaking their chains, but by labeling those who forged the chains and held them as fellow workers. This is before he's touched down on the planet.
That's our new planet. You got the picture? We should use AI to do that in Anthony Bourdain's voice.
Yeah. Oh, man, it's so good.
Now I'm going to eat their local food.
I read that and I was like, holy shit, Ruocchio hates communism.
He really doesn't. He really does not fuck with communism.
What an intro. And everybody hates it. The comments with Krim and Polino are very funny too.
Yeah, Polino hates it. Even Valka hates it.
I know. Everyone's very anti. They don't really give it a chance.
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah.
Give up your name and your pronouns and become a fellow worker. Work a day in their shoes.
I didn't think it was that bad. Am I jaded? Like their society? I was like, this is fine.
I thought it was kind of bad. It seemed bad.
But is it better than the Empire? Or is it worse than the Empire?
This is equally bad.
Yeah, that's what I was like. He's like hot tubbing with the ambassador while they abuse a slave girl. And yeah, I'm like,
Hadrian,
the Empire's not better.
You were homeless on Amesh in a mere 3 books ago. Yeah. You of all people should know can be pretty bad.
But I was fascinated by this new society, the Lothrians.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah. Had we ever heard it mentioned before this book? I don't remember.
I don't want to say that we hadn't heard it. It was new to me. I wouldn't be surprised if there are references to it in the other books. But
because there was a lot of history about how like they were a mega superpower and rivaled the Empire's strength, you know?
Yeah, they are like them, the Jadians, the Empire. Those do seem to be I guess in the Extrasolarians, those are the
Yeah.
major human factions at this point. But yeah, we hadn't, as compared to the Jadians and the Extrasolarians, we certainly hadn't heard a lot about them. But yeah, I knew that the anti-communism spiel was coming just from Reddit. Had I not heard that, I would not have had this on my bingo card.
No, it really came out of nowhere.
I feel like all the other planets we visited were like fun planets with like weird mecha freaks and like robot waifus and all this stuff. And then all of a sudden we're like, here's why Ayn Rand is right.
Yeah, it's it's very it's depicted as like post U.S.S.R. like brutalism. You know, it's interesting. And yeah, I don't know. I was kind of thinking about it. I'm like, Hadrian, you came into meeting with the Cielcin very open-minded, for God's sake. He walks into this already hating the shit out of them.
Fuck these people and their gray sky.
Yeah. Fuck their worker collectives.
How dare you not have fucking pronouns?
But let's talk about the language for a little bit here.
Yeah, okay. I'll let you kick it off. I will say that when I heard that there was going to be an anti-communism arc, I was like, okay, I bet I know what this is going to sound like. It'll just be the usual sort of right-wing talking points about why communism is bad and there's no freedom or whatever. I wasn't expecting it to be like so reactionary to like current day politics. I wasn't expecting the like pronouns and speech police shit to be so prominent. But it really feels like a product of the year 2022 when this was published.
Yeah. Yeah, just like the fact that the ruling class is agreeing on what language can be spoken, and there's like censorship and punishment if you go outside the Lothriad of like government accepted terminology.
And all in the name of equality, because they don't want any feelings to be hurt. And they're like, we cannot recognize any distinctions between people. In it,
everyone has a role, everyone serves. It's all about the
there are no
good.
Men or women, they're just workers.
There's no war in Basing Say.
It's like this is an attack on no one. No one believes this.
Well,
I'm gonna throw that out there.
Yeah, I mean it's an imaginary kind of government conspiracy, you know. And at its most innocent, he made up a new society. At its like most, come on, Ruocchio. He's like the classic conservative railing against the fact that they're taking away the rights of white men by building more women's bathrooms and non-binary bathrooms.
You can't say the N-word anymore. Terrible. It's not even, I wouldn't even call this like a straw man he's setting up, because it's not even in the shape of a man.
Yeah.
He's just punching a fucking bale of hay. Because this is so removed from anyone's actual thinking on planet Earth that I don't know what he's railing against. It's completely ridiculous to me. I don't know if you agree.
The 35 representative grand conclave that has to vote to speak.
Yeah, they can only use approved phrases. Is that, if this is meant to be speculative fiction, that's where he thinks things are heading? I know that he doesn't literally think that things are heading that way, but obviously he's trying to suggest like, yeah, we're going down this road in some way. No, we're fucking not. That's absurd.
So, but okay, here's where I actually think this is kind of clever, and I could be wrong in all of it, is that this is all a show for Hadrian, and he's fucking buying it. And he, as the representative of the empire, means the empire's also been buying it. That this society has presented itself as like woefully inefficient. It's like, oh, like we can't make decisions, we can't talk. And then secretly they're trying to kill him and start a war and take over all the territory. Like it's the greatest ruse you've ever seen. It's the
who's rusing who?
The Lothrians are rusing the empire.
I'm not following this at all.
So towards the end of the section,
baby.
It's revealed, right, that, or assumedly revealed that they've like one kind of made up the idea that there's revolutionaries And they
Yeah.
use those to like attack citizens and then save the day by killing the revolutionaries.
Crisis actors.
Yeah, crisis actors. But I think also that, so Hadrian gets this view of their society that like they're inefficient, they're deeply poor, and that their society is crumbling. And so therefore they're not a threat. They're like a stubborn old legacy government.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes, that's exactly what the Lotharians want the empire to think of them, because what they've been doing is stalling for time to let the Cielcin weaken the empire to retake their territory and like stake their claim.
Yeah, Hadrian has this theory.
Right. I think that's badass.
Yeah. I guess it makes sense.
It's like we took you to like a fake city to make us look weak.
Oh, you think they're showing themselves at their most goonish?
Right. Exactly. It's like, here's this ugly city full of like silly little farm workers, but that they're producing like nuclear weapons on the planet next door.
Okay. It doesn't undo any of what I said. But that would be a funny rug pull.
I think it's a rug pull.
It's like, yeah, we all got pronouns, man. We were just trying to fuck with you.
Well, there's kind of the mini rug pull when he meets the people living in the sewers.
Yeah. What if it's actually the emperor? He's like, we got some real freaks next door. I'm not sure that Hadrian is buying into the empire. I'm going to send him over there and let him interact with the effeminate freaks. And then he's going to see that the empire actually kind of nice.
The grass is not greener, Hadrian.
No, come to our grass. You can be free. I don't know, man. This was real silly to me.
Which part? The sewer Christianity reveal, or him getting chased by like Gestapo and vans all over the city?
Guerrilla, yeah. The guerrilla liberalists.
Okay, so what I was also thinking when I read this is the red wall depiction of unions.
Yeah,
the guerrilla union of shrews. It's like, well, we'd love to help you, but we have to vote, and it's going to take us all day to vote.
Unbelievable. I like that it's like he comes back to the same exact point that he made about the Cielcin. He's like, they don't have a word for peace, so we can't communicate with them. Yeah. And then these guys are like, well, they don't have names, so we can't communicate with them. I was like, Hadrian, you might be the problem.
That's what I'm saying.
You can't communicate with anybody.
He sees this. Hadrian thinks he's so fucking smart. He's trying to do like a cultural linguistics research project by like figuring out how to negotiate, when secretly all these guys totally talk behind the scenes and are just playing him.
God, I want that to be the case.
This whole section is Hadrian thinking he knows what's going on, and the opposite is happening. He thinks he's safe on the bridge, and they blow it up. He thinks he's like friends with the ambassador. The ambassador betrays him. He thinks
back
the
behind the
Lotharians
scenes,
are
the
dumb.
ambassador's like, oh my God, this guy was quoting Proust. What a fucking nerd.
That's my take on this whole section, is it's just a huge Hadrian rug pull.
I like that because that's the only way to make this bearable.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was looking through Reddit to see what people thought about this arc. It's not like a popular of all the sequences in this series. This is not a beloved sequence. And a lot of the way that I think people are trying to justify it by saying Hadrian is an unreliable narrator. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's like, I don't know. It feels like a lazy catch-all.
I mean, I completely agree.
Yeah.
We've had no indication that he's an unreliable narrator. He's biased, right? Like it's his version of events, but we have no indication that he's like giving the wrong version of events. You know, it's just like his perspective. But like, I think if you just boiled it down to what happened, I think he's reliable in that way. It reminds me so much of like, I don't know when it happened, but when The Name of the Wind was published, people were goo goo gaga for Quoth. It was getting crossover. People were talking about how good the fucking prose is, all this stuff. And then at some point, maybe it was just when he decided he was not going to finish the series, and then he fucking committed some sort of fraud with a nonprofit. But people turned on The Name of the Wind. And there was this whole debate about whether Quoth is a huge piece of shit or is he an unreliable narrator? And it felt like the same thing where it's like people are staring at this guy who's obviously just like an author insert Reddit fucking neckbeard loser. But people are like, well, actually, he's doing this clever thing where we're going to find out that he's actually retelling the story in a way that's... No. That is not what's happening.
Yeah.
The author thinks Quoth is sick as shit, and it's the story of a guy who he thinks is sick as shit. I think that's Hadrian. This author hates communism and thinks Hadrian's right about everything. And Occam's razor, that's the simplest and most likely to be correct explanation for all the stupid shit that's happening in these books.
I don't fully agree with you, but I agree with a lot of that. Like,
why? I'm right.
Where Quoth lost me was when there was like a 90-page sex scene with a fairy elf goddess, and like
that was clearly fine. He's just good at fucking.
Clearly, the author really wanted to write that section, and that's how it feels in this book. It's like Ruocchio, as he goes through his 20s as an author, is discovering new theories and religions and philosophies and wants to flesh them out through this character. It's like, it's his thought experiment. And that's why Hadrian feels like very contradictory at times. Like his growth is really jagged.
Yeah. Which is fine. Like, we're covering the character over a long period of time. He should change or whatever, but it does feel like you are catching the actual real life interests of the author, like bleeding into these books. And in this section, it feels like ripped from actual headlines where he's like, can you believe what's happening on the Berkeley campus? They wouldn't let Milo talk. Shut the fuck up.
Can we unpack in this, I want to unpack this one phrase, because there's also this like through line of Hadrian's a cuck for authority and legacy and the empire and all that bullshit that we covered last book. But he has another section where he says, like, when one is enmeshed in a web of intrigue, the best course is often to tell the truth to the highest authority who will hear you and cling to his protection. It's just this like weird sycophantic line of thinking that Hadrian has. I don't know, like emperor worship and stuff.
I didn't mind that, but I wasn't reading it that broadly. I sort of thought, like, as a piece of advice for Hadrian, who is getting buffeted by the Chantry and all these other political forces, like, maybe just directly seeking the protection of the emperor could be a good move. And it has kind of been a good move for him, because, like, when he came clean about the quiet, it was, like, helpful for him.
I think
but
maybe
he's a bit of a cuck for authority.
I think maybe I just want a more anarchistic protagonist. I want a little bit more Darrow in me.
He has it in him, but he wants to work within the structure.
Yeah.
He just wants to be at the top of the pyramid. You know, he wants to be the one.
It feels like he hasn't
shots.
Stopped to think about what could be different than the empire.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if he'll get there. I don't know if we'll get there, but yeah.
Leave well enough alone, I think is his general approach to politics.
Guess. I don't know. Tear it down, man. That's what I want.
I like he keeps talking about how like they're trying to eradicate human nature by like eliminating poverty.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Some people just suck and kill each other. And what are you going to do? Stop it? Try to stop it? Why? That's human, baby.
No, that was wild.
Some people drown babies. What are you going to tell people to stop drowning babies?
Duh.
Okay. I also like that the Latvian cuck world, they're great at ballet.
Oh, they're so good at ballet.
Like the way Americans talked about like the opening ceremony of the Olympics in China.
Yeah.
Like, well, they're very disciplined. I'll give them that.
Did you see them drumming?
I mean, we've got Kid Rock. You can't beat that. But those people can get in a line like anyone.
I like comparing that against the confusion of old people watching the French Olympic ceremony opening. With like,
all these fuckers on boats.
Is that man wearing a dress?
I almost cried during Celine Dion's song. What a wonderful voice she has. She's such a good singer.
I almost cried when they had the like death metal band in the castle. That was the best part.
Yeah. The French kind of killed it.
The French were awesome. It was like
I think I'm pretty easy to please with the opening ceremonies, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm down for whatever. Do we have anything more to say about this section?
I thought, okay, the Catholic Underground I thought was
that's
interesting.
cool. Museum
Yeah.
Catholics, yeah. The religion
Yeah.
survives.
There was a funny
Magda,
one.
little Mary Magdalene
I really liked when he
reference.
asked her, he's like, "Are you a Catholic?" to Magda. And she's like, "I try to be." And I'm like, oh, that's the most Catholic answer I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, that really is. Don't eat fish on Fridays.
Yep.
I got a completely unrelated point. The Emperor's
Mhm.
ship is named Radiant Dawn.
Oh.
Do you think that's a reference to Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn on the Nintendo Wii? I bet it is.
You know, it actually could be.
We've got to add that to our list of questions we ask Ruocchio if he comes on.
It's like, what's your favorite Fire Emblem game? First
Yeah.
off.
And is it
It's like,
Radiant Dawn?
we know you've played them.
I know you fucking like them.
I know you
Something
played them
we can agree
times.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. What are a couple other good ones here? We get a classic cat reference for one paragraph before he forgets about her for another book.
Yeah, she's back. He's really thinking about Amesh. I miss her.
Okay, actually, I do have a question. What happened when he like stabs himself but doesn't stab himself?
Oh, yeah. There's some actual interesting.
Yeah.
Is he using his magic subconsciously, or are the quiet directly intervening? But he wasn't injured initially. Like, he was hurt and then unhurt.
So my theory, just reading it, and I didn't go back and like really close read it again, but he's like very severely concussed, and I feel like he chose, like, almost in like dizziness, he chose the wrong reality thread to pull.
Oh.
He pulled one where he wasn't concussed anymore, but he was stabbed.
Oh my God, I accidentally subbed in the Hadrian who doesn't have pronouns.
No, literally. And then he was like, oh, holy shit, I got to get out of this one. And then
That's
he like,
good. I like
because
that.
at the end he's like, well, I'm also not concussed and I'm also not stabbed anymore, but I definitely was stabbed and I was concussed. So I think he did a double swap, but he messed it up.
You look different. Oh, I subbed in the Hadrian with really full lips. I'm 1 inch taller now. Hold on. I got a really good Hadrianism for you.
Good.
Wait,
I gotta look and see. I think this is the point where we get some silly quotes, because just to wrap up the plot, he escapes from the sewers, recovers from his injuries, flees from the fake liberalist, aka government goons, and then gets to the embassy where they're trying to get off planet. But obviously the ambassador's in on it. He's been bribed for years, and he betrays them. And so where we kind of leave, I think he's about to run. I think they're going to have this like very long, like Tom Cruise fleeing in Mission Impossible scene. That's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes. And I want to see if the Lothrians are like directly allied with the Cielcin. Would be kind of interesting, rather than just like pitting the two forces against each other and they'll pick off whoever wins in a weakened state. I wonder if they're going the way of the Extrasolarians and
could be cool.
Actually aligning themselves with Siriani Doriaika.
Also, Krim gives him a breath mint, which I thought was very funny.
That was funny. I mean, fair enough. It's been a little bit.
It's like, bro, you've been gone like 9 days. You stink.
You nasty.
Nasty. I have some good quotes about Hadrian's take on communism.
Hit me.
This is the one that I think most closely aligns with your theory that this is like 2022 Ruocchio. Silence I could endure, but this empty-headed passivity that passed for civic virtue was more than I could bear. Passivity that passed for civic virtue. Isn't that just... Oh man, there's so much to read into there.
Yeah. It is like it does point back to the like admiration of great men stuff that we talked about a lot in the other books, where it does feel like maybe the biggest issue, I mean, aside from like the, stamping on the human soul or whatever, like being subject to any regulation is a denial of human nature. It also feels like the fucking crypto anarchist, like your regulations are destroying my ability to innovate and make decisions, and you just got to let the best and brightest fucking stomp on people all the way to the top. My quote is completely unrelated, and it's just a classic Hadrianism. A red carpet flowed down those steps like magma, like the incarnadine rug Clytemnestra unrolled beneath the feet of Agamemnon the Great when Earth was young. Just like that. Yeah.
Oh,
What a description of carpet. Can you imagine? Just like, okay, I'm gonna write this scene. There's a carpet going down the stairs. How should I describe it? I'm kind of thinking Agamemnon. It's kind of giving me an Agamemnon vibe.
It's so good. Oh my god.
Second use of the term incarnadine. I know that was in one of your polls from a previous episode. Blood incarnadine.
Blood incarnadine.
Yeah.
I have a good one here. This is like, it's not bad, but it's just so on the nose for Hadrian writing. I have little understanding of dance, perhaps less of music, but beauty is, and even the poorest poet amongst men knows it by its signs.
That's a good ballet. I'll tell you what. I love that he doesn't fuck with music.
I know. It's so funny. It checks out.
Yeah. That's when we were asking what kind of music Hadrian likes, and you're like, 50 greatest speeches.
Yeah. Which
now confirmed.
Was also confirmed by our Stoic friends on our last group trip, who does not like music.
Jesus, that was crazy. What kind of music do you? I don't really listen to music. Like at all? No, this podcasts. All right. Cool.
Audiobooks on 3x speed, actually.
Nonfiction. 3x?
Yeah.
Oh my God. If
3X.
He's retaining any of that, that's unbelievable.
I got in his car once years ago. After a lovely hang, we had an absolutely great time.
Yeah.
But the radio turns on, and instead of like the music chiming on, it's like a book on the history of agriculture at 3x speed.
Here's why women should be in the home. 3x speed.
I was like, oh my God.
Oh no.
But I also, there was another classic Hadrian describing women, or this is more just men writing women. I think when he's talking about the ballerinas, they're described as like high-breasted. I was just reading that and I'm like, is that not the like weirdest way to ever describe? Like, who would ever say that phrase in real life?
That is just 2022 version of like Grisham saying she had perky breasts.
It is. It's the same. I'm trying to imagine like the equivalent of locker room talk. It's like, oh yeah, man, I went out with this hot girl. She was so high-breasted.
Very high-breasted. Take a look.
Oh my God.
You wouldn't believe them. They were up by her fucking collarbones. In time, they published no dictionaries. In their place was printed not a list of approved words, but of approved thoughts. Oh my God, they're making everyone read white fragility. There would be only one way to express hunger or pain. That seems fine. Only one way. I'm hungry. I'm starving. I'm famished. You can't do that in the Latvian cuck school. Only one way to request assistance or address a comrade. Where once had been a language, there was to be a set of ideologically approved sentences like hieroglyphs, unchanging.
This is so funny.
It's such like an author thing to be like, the key to the universe is actually the written word. I don't, shut the fuck up, man.
Okay, I also found
you're jacking yourself off.
100%. And this is the like point I was making about Hadrian just blindly accepting his, trapped idealism of the empire. The empire isn't a solution. It accepts the human condition, ugliness and all, and does not force its idealism onto the world. That's how he views colonialism.
No notes. Sounds great.
No notes.
I couldn't possibly think of something to say to that.
Nope.
I just got a text from Kathy that says she's out with friends, and it just says, type shit.
I mean, you got to marry that girl.
I'm taking that to mean she learned a new slang term.
And
she wants to tell me that she now knows what type shit means.
Yep.
We're trying to get her to start using the term chat at work.
Like a cheeky chat? I'm
No.
going to pull you for a chat.
No. Chat, what do you think about this? Like in that way. Not like Love Island chat.
Not even Love Island.
I like the idea. Just being a medical physicist. Chat, what the fuck is going on with this MRI machine?
Hey, chat, should I turn this on? Should I flip
Chat,
this
did
button?
I get too much radiation?
Oops.
Okay. Well,
yeah, that's pretty good.
Should we do predictions or how we're feeling.
I'm still feeling good. I just want to read. I just want to know what happens. I enjoyed our break, but I also was like, I want to do this more. So I was like, give me more Hadrian.
Yeah, I was looking forward to the pot. I feel like I was having like a new metal moment where I was like, I'd rather feel pain than nothing at all, you know?
Yeah.
Because I hate reading this section was a little more fun than just like boring sections where he's sitting at a table negotiating.
Right. This was great. I had lots of fun.
Fired up.
Yeah, I was pumped. The texts were flying. We need this in our lives. We need this and Guess the Lines.
Yeah, we'll start guessing some lines soon.
Yeah.
Predictions?
Hot take, he will not go to jail this book. Well, okay, besides the 70 years at the start.
Yeah, it's a big jail. It's a planet-sized jail.
Yeah.
Some people would say that's not jail at all.
He will not be imprisoned once.
He's no more in jail than I am in jail. I can't leave Earth. You don't see me complaining.
That's a good point, actually.
I would say most people in the Empire cannot leave their planet. My prediction, I think this is going to be wrong, but I just want to put it out there. I do think that the Lothrians are going to sell him out to the Cielcin somehow. He's going to end up in Cielcin hands.
I like that.
Thought it was going to happen last book.
I think Valka dies in this upcoming chase scene.
She's having a little bit of that late Joe Biden health issues.
Yep.
And that's strokes, why twitchy eye.
And that's why him writing the Lothrians is so vitriolic.
Why?
Because they killed his wifey.
Did you see when he flipped out? They're like, "Oh my God, let me call my doctors." Like, your doctors? I thought you didn't have any doctors. Shut the fuck up, Hadrian. They're trying to get you a doctor. Now's not the time. They're trying to help, and you're still
so funny.
Oh goodness! You know what? I loved this.
I had a great time. No notes, no complaints. See, I told you.
I knew it. I knew we'd like talking about this.
Oh, I think my other one is we're going to meet the Jad, and I'm really excited about it.
Oh, the cool guy with the 200 million people? Yes, that would be fantastic.
Although maybe that's book 5, because they said it's like a really, really long space journey. But
Oh, bad news? Dude, I think Switch is dead.
Oh, you don't think we're getting Switch or his family?
I think Switch is long dead.
I kind of forgot he had a family.
Oh, where the hell is Crispy? Yeah.
They're dead.
Crispy's not dead.
But they haven't done the fugue stuff that Hadrian has.
Dude, we checked in with Crispy and his sister last book.
Yeah, but that was 400 years ago.
They're fine. They're Palatine.
Yeah, no, the normal Palatines lived like 300. And they haven't been traveling. I know that there's a
Crispy novella.
Yeah.
Listen, if Crispy dies and we don't hear about him again, that seems crazy to me.
It seems like a missed opportunity.
Yeah, and I feel like he's seen his sister in visions, you know? So maybe Crispy's dead, but the sister's got to show up.
Right, because she's going to take over the planet, and she's clever, and she's like his dad, so.
Oh, you know what? I do have another prediction. I think this was being hinted at. I wonder if there's going to be like an overuse of magic type of thing where he's going to experience some side effects from becoming too reliant on his time splitting.
There's definitely going to be a burnout.
Yeah.
Like,
I also feel way more confident about my theory that him blowing up the sun is going to involve a mega act of time splitting that's going to like separate one universe from another. And it's going to be that he didn't actually kill billions of people. It's going to be that secretly he secreted them away to another timeline or something like that. I'm feeling good about that prediction.
That's okay.
Thoughts?
Yeah, you can hold on to that one.
Okay, you don't like it?
No, I do. I just want a different one because I don't want to be like you.
You don't want to be like me. What the hell?
I want to be like Mike.
I'm about to go to the driving range. My life's a movie, dog.
Are you really? It's like midnight here.
It's 7:20. The moon is high in the sky. It's time to go hit some drives, baby.
I'm going to take sips from my cat stickered Odwalla and go to bed.
I love the Odwalla. It's a really good bottle. Good mouthfeel.
It does. They're really good, yeah.
Dude, the fact that you can suck and pour, unbelievable. Oh, my God.
Oh, man, they don't make them like they used to.
Okay. So we'll be back in like a week?
Yeah.
With the next third? We're going to do 3 episodes, aren't we?
I think so. And we can rip through these next 200 pages. It took like 2 days.
Yeah, honestly, this went pretty quick. Okay. Well,
Okay.
like, subscribe, reach out to us on Reddit or email, whatever you want to do.
Have a great week. Have a great day.
Sorry this was negative, but
I think we turned it around.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we turned it around at the end. But listen, we didn't promise you. We promised you honesty.
If you're one of the 60 people that keeps listening to our episodes, you're with us now, and I appreciate
You're
it.
with us, dog. Listen, you know deep down that we were struggling a little bit.
I would say about 250 people started this journey with us. There are 60 that stick around, and I appreciate them.
Those are the Red Company right there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, with that, good night, fellow comrades.
Da.